There you go.
Wait, how do I zoom out?
Hi. You might be wondering, what's going on here? There's a lot happening.
I'm Katya. I worked on pre-production and some of the planning. I also helped build trees for the set. I animated one of the scenes, and also I helped build Creature. I built his tail, his main body area, and his neck, and I helped attach his legs, and I put in his wire spine. His tail and his body and neck are all crocheted. I used 2 different string colors, so his underbelly is a different color than the rest of him. And we threaded a wire through the entire thing as I was attaching the pieces, and then we attached these legs from a Party City spider to make his legs, and they are attached via glue and wire to his spine.
I'm Kayla Chin. I helped work on the 3D set. I worked on character design and character animation. I was both a character designer and animator for the emo chick. For the 3D set, I worked a little bit on helping design some Creature and building some trees.
Hello, I'm Alex. I am part of the PR team here at Aggiemation. I helped write the script for the film, and I did 2D animation for scene 4, scene 12, and scene 24. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Nathaniel Yi. What I mostly did was help out with making the sets, as well as doing a couple of scenes, one scene. So that scene's basically having Eggo first-person view, raising his camera up so he can take a picture of the monster.
I'm August. I did set building, animation, storyboarding, and voice acting for the short film. I did the voice of Eggo. All of that very heavy breathing is all me. I animated him like running a little bit. I also did like the storyboarding for one of his running scenes. Helped build like the forest set.
Hello, my name's Daniela. I was a lead character designer for Pink Chick, but I also animated a couple of scenes. 16.3, so Eggo with a little camera, and him picking up his camera and heading out the door.
I am Emily Lujano, and I worked for 2D animation scenes, 2D background, and as well as character design, specifically with the dad chicken. I did do a prototype of mom chicken, but that was a very old design, so I mostly prioritized the dad chicken. As for 2D backgrounds, I did the forest as well as inside the cabin. I was specifically a colorist. I didn't do any of the line or any of the prototype designs.
I'm Sabella. I pitched the idea, and I did. Oh, wow. Okay, I did that, and I did a 2D scene with Dad Chicken. That's it. Oh, I maybe did character design. Yeah, sure. Let's say that.
So I'm a character designer and a 2D animator. I'm also another person that worked on Chicken Dad.
Hey!
I think this is the common theme here.
Yeah, we're all dad chicken.
We're the dad team, apparently.
The dad team.
This is my favorite part of working on the film. He was fun to build.
I'm primarily a 2D artist, so doing the character design for Emo Chick was really fun. But also I had a lot of fun building the 3D set because it was such a collaborative, hands-on experience and hanging out with the club members.
My favorite parts have to be just how many people we had this year who were all really, really excited about the plot and the character design and just coming up with incredible ideas. It was awesome to see everybody collaborate. It was just really cool.
I really enjoyed helping to make Creature. I thought that was really fun. I did some of the work on like the feet, not a lot, and I made one of the faces, and I animated him in one of the scenes, which was really fun.
I really like the environment. This is my first year here, so it was really welcoming. People were cool, people were silly. Very fun environment.
Specifically working on character design, I hope to be a future character designer as my career, and working on That Chicken helped have that experience, especially the turnaround scenes as well as the walking animation. That Chicken was actually my first walking animation I've done, and I was so nervous because I was trying to perfect it with like the frames and everything, dear God. And the 2D scenes, surprisingly, I had no idea how much I would have enjoyed drawing 2D scenes, especially coloring them, so that could be a possible future career for me.
So I really love like experimenting with like different mediums. I feel like I really like the 2D, but also like the stop motion again. I also really just love the people and the vibes. It's like a very welcoming group of people, and it was really fun to work with him.
So continuing the theme of the chicken dad character. My probably one of the favorite things I had actually worked on for the film itself was this scene in which the chicken dad is waving as Eggo walks away. Particularly, this is one of my first times doing 2D animation, and I had known about the theories of animation theory, but this was the first time I actually put them into practice. That particular scene, I had a bit of a squash and stretch with his wings, secondary action with, I forgot what this body part's called, but like the thing on top of the chicken.
The crown, I think. The
Crown.
The hat.
That chicken dad's hat. From that perspective, it gave me a lot of insight on how to do animation and found like a new hobby that I enjoy. On top of that, I think the community is very welcoming, and it's probably been one of the best club experiences I've ever had.
Most challenging thing was definitely animating a scene, because I have never done animation before, and while it wasn't a particularly difficult scene, it did take a while. It was a bird flying over an overhead scene, as well as Eggo walking on a path, which was just a moving circle, but it was my first time animating, so it was kind of difficult. But I like how it turned out.
This is my first time animating, so in general, like animating is really difficult, but fun to figure out.
Like now, especially at the end of the year, I think like, my biggest challenge is like fighting like fatigue and burnout. Like I want it to be summer and done, but you know, other than that, like it's been like a really great experience.
For me personally, it has been motivation. Having motivation, and it's not just art block, just motivation in general to do things is tough. Even in a really accepting community, people that are constantly sharing ideas, their work progress, it gets you motivated, but a lot of that has to do with myself, as I have to get this done. I can't procrastinate, because I'm only just gonna stress myself out further if I don't get things done.
And it also goes back to the motivation thing. So I think the second scene I done, and the one I'm still working on, very daunting just because it was 7 seconds long. It was been like 100 frames. So I think it was kind of hard for me to kind of chug through that scene, knowing like, oh God, I'm only 20% through at the beginning portion.
Balancing classes.
The most challenging just had to be balance, honestly.
I guess more of like a schedule-wise thing.
Work, just school life in general, and personal life, mental health, friends, family, all that kind of gets in the way of everything, of trying to do work, so you have to like manage your priorities.
You get swept up in all your homework that it's like, oh, I forgot to update my scene, or I didn't submit something for my deadline. It's just like,
Yeah, just figuring out like timing. So like you really have to like schedule yourself, like really like make sure you're not procrastinating too much.
To come up with scenes in an adequate amount of time while balancing school and work and outside responsibilities.
Just like timing everything, like especially 2D animation, well probably any animation, it takes a lot of time.
The biggest trouble was trying to make time for it because of studying and all that.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be a broken record here. Time management.
It's time management, guys.
Yeah, it was really difficult but really rewarding.
I have some very funny memories of trying to build Creature, because he did not stay together very well initially. His legs did rotate 360 degrees, which they were not supposed to do, and that required some maneuvering. And also attaching him to an arm so that we could maneuver him against the blue screen, that took some work, and a few times getting stabbed in the hand with a wire.
I have to say, my most fun was that first meeting in fall quarter when we were coming up with the stories. Everybody was just going insane with ideas. There was I think it's called the blue sky part of production, and it was just insane. Everybody had really crazy ideas for the story, and not all of them made it, but I hold them dearly in my heart.
Mostly just the club meetings. Those are really fun, especially in the beginning of like the fall quarter with the game activities. That was really fun, and also it's a great introduction to just get everyone's personality, as well as just like, all right, what's the vibe of this place via like the game experiences. Also, just working together, especially with the character designing, being in like little groups helps us to like communicate better, you know, make small teams, and within those teams you get to be familiar with each other's faces. And obviously as like the quarter goes on, we start to get more individual, like, oh, we're gonna be focusing on our own scenes, and everybody else is doing their own thing. But with the Discord, it's lively at times, but I still enjoy like, you know, chatting on Discord, you know, Ernest posting his memes. Shout out to Ernest and all of his brain rot. I appreciate my sustenance. Overall, I would say that the people make this club, and I really enjoy that aspect.
Just like really loved the social aspect of it. Like you got to like meet really cool people and like really connect about things that you're passionate about, like animation. There's no other place where I've taken so many elevator pictures.
Yes.
So, we could make an album out of that. I think that would be pretty cute. So like that's just a fun memory, just hopping on that elevator every time I look at it. I'm like, Aggiemation.
I'm gonna miss the elevator. No elevators
no
are the
elevator.
same.
You can still come back.
Yeah, true.
Elevator.
Just for the elevator. I'll just chill.
TLC elevator number 2.
Yeah, who's up with me? Who wants to take a
Historical
picture, you know?
Exactly.
Wow, I am really not original. It was
Yeah,
the
you're
community.
copying us? What's happening here?
Yeah, I think one of probably the best things about the club is just how warm and welcoming the community is. And it was really what got me motivated to start coming to more meetings. Especially, I think one meeting that I remember having a lot of fun with was the kind of just the games one at the end of winter quarter for the 2D animation side of the club.
I learned how to animate. I learned how to animate a scene using Procreate, and also how to attach spider legs to a fake metal spine.
Getting to work with others on a project, because usually I'm working by myself to create like drawings or animations. This is a big group activity, almost like operating like an actual studio, so it's nice to get experience working as a team to make something.
I learned so much. I look back at my animation for Garden of Graves, and I look at my current animation, and it's so different. I really feel like I've grown as an animator, and I'm really like proud of how far I've come. So yeah.
How to like work in like a creative setting in like a group more, because like I've never done that before, so I think that this was like a really good experience for me. Learning how to like, I've done art on a deadline like before, but like more like this was like one of like my first experiences doing that, so I think like that was like a really good experience. Like learn how to like make art not entirely for leisure, but like for a project that like has a strict deadline. And like just like learning like the basics of stop motion, which I wasn't like super familiar with before, the basics of like Foley and like sound design, like that was all super cool.
I mean, I guess you could say like animating since it is my first time.
Time management.
Time management. Alright. Like, honestly.
So I'm an imposter. I'm a computer science major, and I'm mostly interested in doing game development. I think one of the biggest things that was very useful about this club was that since I'm likely not going to be doing 2D animation myself if I was going to work on these projects, but I'll be working with a lot of animators. And for one, you know, actually being put in the role to do animation will probably make me more empathetic to like the co-workers. I'm not gonna be like, hey, get your animation done. I got my programming done in like 30 minutes. But you know, on top of that, like, you know, I get to see how the process goes for a production like this. I think it would be very useful if I needed to help team management, even on something as distinct as a game dev project, which is a bit different. So.
I'm very grateful for Aggiemations taking me in. I'm not actually a UC Davis student. I went to Sac City Community College, and I'm transferring down to Long Beach State as a studio arts major and trying to go for a BFA in animation. And I'm just gonna hope that they have an animation club that's as cool as Aggiemations down there at the beach.
try animation and go to Aggiemation. It's pretty good. You'll learn different animation styles.
It was really nice to like work with like a group of people that like all had very different creative ideas that like all worked well together.
I hope in the future for this club we get more funds, cause although there are a lot of outside activities that this club does, it would be really nice for future club activities to have like more group activities, like going to a mall. Like going to a mall's like super expensive, but like you can just like window shopping. Like honestly, that's what I like to do with my friends. I'm on like this tight budget, so I'm just like, okay, let's go window shopping, see stores, see what we can think of, like just have fun. It doesn't need to be super expensive. We can maybe go like on a boba trip if anyone wants boba. Go to In-N-Out. I don't know, just random locations and just or just like like have like group activities. It doesn't need to cost so much, But yeah, that's
Right
some
afterwards,
ideas.
we would go.
Right afterwards, all right, guys. I'm gonna take my car. We're gonna go to In-N-Out. We're gonna
we got the
fun.
funds.
We're gonna
We
grab
got
the-
the fun. We got the money.
We'll grab the camera. It'll actually become a vlog.
Yeah.
Where is our
And
pizza?
then we go into an elevator.
Yeah,
Maybe
where's our
that's how we make our funds.
Yeah, maybe.
get pizza every day? Come on.
Oh my god,
Bring
the
that
pizza parties. That one club, I don't know if you're watching this, but that one club that kept having 10 boxes of Little Caesars, you guys were selfish. You didn't even share.
Yeah, this
10
is
boxes.
disgrace.
It's a disgraceful.
Shout out to Ace Hardware. Thanks for the sawdust. Appreciate it.
Free sawdust gang.
Ooh.
No comment.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's all I've got in my head.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Do you? I don't think I do.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why are you so
Am I out of
low? You're not.
Hi there. So this is my life, I guess. Are you guys recording?